Hi, I'm Sarah. Let's talk about Amish courtship because the internet loves to turn it into either a cute fairy tale or a total scandal. And the truth is, it's way more intense than most people realize because in many Amish communities, dating isn't about seeing what's out there. It's basically a direct path toward marriage inside a culture where your choices are tied to family, church, and community. Also, one quick note so we stay accurate. Amish rules aren't identical everywhere. Different communities follow different expectations. So when I say Amish courtship rules, I'm talking about common patterns that show up in many groups, not a single universal rule book. Now, here are 7 Amish courtship rules and expectations that would absolutely get you canceled in modern dating culture. Number 1, your dating life starts in a group setting, not in private. A lot of Amish young people meet at community gatherings like Sunday evening singings, youth get togethers, and events tied to church life. Imagine that being your version of going out. You're not meeting someone one-on-one at first. You're meeting them in a room full of people where everyone knows everyone and everybody notices everything. In today's world, we like privacy. We like the talking stage to be secret. In Amish culture, the community setting is the point. It's how people stay accountable, and it's how you get to know someone in a way that's considered respectful and safe. But modern viewers would hear that and go, "So, you can't just meet someone casually?" Exactly. Casual isn't really the vibe. Number 2, the guy is expected to make the first move, and sometimes it goes through family. In many Amish settings, the young man is supposed to initiate. That can mean asking her directly, or sometimes even going through friends to avoid embarrassment. And in some communities, things can involve the parents early, like seeking a father's blessing before the relationship becomes official. Now imagine explaining that on a first date in 2026. So how did you two meet? Well, he talked to my dad first. People would lose their minds. But in Amish culture, it's about respect, seriousness, and the idea that courtship isn't entertainment. It's a decision. Number 3, dating around can be judged hard. In modern dating, it's normal to go on multiple dates with different people before you commit. In many Amish communities, dating can be treated as a serious, intentional thing. In some groups, once you're seen together, people assume it's heading somewhere permanent. So the idea of keeping your options open, being playful, or just vibing with different people, that can get you labeled as not serious, not modest, or not ready. And honestly, even outside Amish culture, you know how fast people judge. Now imagine that in a world where the community is tight-knit and gossip travels faster than Wi-Fi. Number 4, privacy is a big deal, but it can look secretive to outsiders. Here's something that surprises people. Courtship can be quiet and low-key. Some couples don't announce engagement until close to the wedding. To the outside world, that can look like secrecy. In modern culture, we announce everything: soft launch, hard launch, matching profile pics, engagement photo shoots. But in Amish culture, public attention can be seen as prideful, so keeping things private can be a way of staying humble. Still, if you put that into a modern comment section, people would call it suspicious instantly. But in context, it's more about modesty than drama. Number 5, physical boundaries are strict publicly, and affection is expected to be private. Public displays of affection are generally not the norm. Holding hands, hugging, kissing in public, often discouraged. The idea is that romance is personal, and modesty matters. Modern dating culture is the opposite. People want to be shown off. They want public affection. They want the proof. So imagine a relationship where you might like someone deeply, but you're expected to keep that affection quiet, controlled, and mostly out of view. People today would call that emotionally repressed. But in Amish communities, it's framed as respect, self-control, and not turning your relationship into a performance. Number 6, in some communities, there's something called bed courtship, and yes, it's real. Okay, this is the one that would get the whole internet screaming. In certain Amish groups, especially more conservative ones, there has been a practice sometimes called bed courtship or bundling. The basic idea is that a young man might visit a young woman at night and they spend time talking together, sometimes while lying on a bed, typically fully clothed, with the clear expectation that sex is not allowed. Now, I'm going to say this carefully. Not all Amish communities do this. Some don't practice it at all, and even within Amish society, it can be controversial, but the reason people talk about it is because to outsiders, it sounds completely backwards. Wait. You're strict about intimacy, but you'll allow 2 people to be alone like that? That contradiction is exactly why it shocks people. And that's why, if you posted, "This is how my culture dates" on social media, you'd get canceled in 5 minutes by people who don't understand the context, and also by people who do. Number 7, Marriage is tied to church commitment, and you're expected to marry within the community. This is huge. In Amish life, marriage isn't just romantic, it's spiritual and communal. In many Amish communities, to marry within the Amish church, both people are expected to be committed members of that church community. So the idea of marrying outside, like dating someone English, meaning non-Amish, usually doesn't fit the system unless that person is willing to fully join the community and live by its rules. In modern culture, love is supposed to conquer all. In Amish culture, love is expected to fit inside faith and community. That's why courtship is intense. You're not choosing a partner for weekend plans. You're choosing a shared life with shared rules. And here's the part that makes everything even heavier. Divorce is generally not accepted. So when you wonder why Amish courtship can feel so serious, that's why. If marriage is meant to be for life, then choosing the wrong person isn't just awkward, it's life-altering. Now let's talk about the part everybody brings up, Rumspringa. People online act like Rumspringa is a wild, universal Amish party phase. The reality is more complicated. For many Amish teens, it's simply the teen years when they socialize more, spend time with peers, and start thinking seriously about adulthood. For some, yes, it includes testing boundaries, but for many, it's not some nonstop rebel vacation. It's more like a structured time where dating and finding a future spouse becomes a main focus. So what's the takeaway? If you judge Amish courtship by modern dating standards, it can look shocking, controlling, or extreme. But inside Amish communities, these rules are built around humility, commitment, and protecting the community's way of life. That doesn't mean everyone loves the system. It doesn't mean it works perfectly. And it definitely doesn't mean every Amish community does things the exact same way. But it does mean one thing. Amish courtship isn't casual. It's high stakes. It's community-centered, and it's designed to lead to marriage, not a situationship. And if you think about it, in a world where modern dating is messy, exhausting, and full of ghosting, some people hear these rules and think, that sounds strict, but other people quietly think, that sounds clear. So tell me in the comments, which of these rules shocked you the most? And which one do you think modern dating could actually learn something from? I'm Sarah, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.